Hello everybody. Today we shall learn about Dirichlet test to check the convergence of an arbitrary series which is given in the form of summation a_n bn. That means the arbitrary series can be expanded into one series summation a_n and another sequence bn with the property that this series, infinite series summation a_n, it's a sequence of partial sums is bounded, and the sequence bn, this is the sequence of non-negative terms which is monotonically decreases and converges to 0. Okay, then the resulting series, that is the given arbitrary series, is convergent. Okay, the main difference between this test and the Abel's test which we did earlier is that in that test the series was convergent and the sequence was bounded, but in this test we have the sequence of partial sums of the series is bounded and the sequence is convergent and also converges to 0. Okay, if this condition is true, then the given arbitrary series is convergent. Let us prove it. Here it is given that the sequence Sn, and what is Sn? The sum of first n terms a1 plus a2 plus and so on up to an. This sequence is bounded. Okay, Sn is bounded, and it implies that there exists a positive real number k such that modulus of Sn is less than equal to k for all n belonging to the set of natural numbers n. Now, what is Sn? Sn is a1 plus a2 plus an. So, we shall prove the convergence of this series with the help of Cauchy general principle of convergence. Okay. So, first we are given that the series of real number has sequence of partial sums which is bounded. Now, we will find Sn plus p, where p is any natural number. It is a1 plus a2, somewhere it is an, then it is an plus 1 up to an plus p. Now we find Sn plus p minus Sn, and it is a1 plus a2 plus an get cancelled out when we subtract this from this, and what remains? It is an plus 1 plus an plus 2 plus and so on an plus p. Okay, what is this? This is Sn plus p minus Sn, right? And this is less than equal to always modulus of Sn plus p plus modulus of Sn. Okay, because the modulus of difference of two real numbers is always less than equal to the sum of their corresponding moduli. And we know this is less than equal to k for all n belonging to n. So, this is less than equal to k plus k. This is 2k. Okay. Now, 2k is a fixed positive real number. Okay. And we know that we are given limit n approaches to infinity bn. This is equal to 0. So, put the definition of limit. Given any epsilon greater than 0, there exists a positive integer m such that modulus of bn, the limit is 0, is less than epsilon by 2k. Again, as epsilon is positive, 2k is positive, so epsilon by 2k is a positive real number. So, this epsilon is positive, 2k is positive, so epsilon by 2k is a positive real number, and thus we can write this as modulus of bn minus 0 is less than epsilon by 2k for all n greater than equal to m. Okay. Now, bn, as it is non-negative, the term of this sequence are non-negative, so this can be written as bn is less than epsilon by 2k for all n greater than equal to m. Now by applying Abel's lemma, what was Abel's lemma? Abel's lemma was that if Bn is a bounded sequence, okay, and we have the sequence of partial sums of a series which is bounded, then by Abel's lemma, what do we have? If this condition is true, an plus 1, an plus 2, an plus 1 is less than equal to 2k, then with the help of Abel's lemma, we get an plus 1 into bn plus 1 plus an plus 2, bn plus 2 up to and so on, an plus p, bn plus p is less than, the first term is what? The first term is this is epsilon by 2k, this is bounded by 2k, so here it is 2k, and the first term which we multiplied as bn plus 1, and as bn, every bn is less than epsilon by 2k, so this is less than 2k into epsilon by 2k, and this is epsilon. So what we get? Modulus of an plus 1 bn plus 1 plus an plus 2 bn plus 2 and so on, an plus p bn plus p is less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to m. And therefore, by Cauchy general principle of convergence, this series summation an bn, by Cauchy general principle of convergence, the series summation an bn is convergent. Okay, this is Dirichlet test, and Dirichlet test is very important. As you can say, the Leibniz test which we discussed for the convergence of the alternating series is a particular form of Dirichlet test. As the Dirichlet test can also be stated as, if summation n is a convergent series, summation an is convergent, n equal to 1 to infinity, and this or oscillates, convergent or oscillates between finite limits, and sequence bn decreases to converge to 0, then summation an bn is convergent. Summation an bn is convergent. Okay, the Dirichlet test can also be stated like this. So the Leibniz test was that the series minus 1 raised to the power n minus 1 an, alternating series, n varies from 1 to infinity, is convergent. That was Leibniz test. Okay, Leibniz test. Leibniz test. We have discussed this test earlier. Minus 1 raised to the power n minus 1 an is convergent if first the condition was that limit this an plus 1 is less than equal to n for all n, and second was that limit n approaches to infinity an is 0. Okay, so if in Dirichlet test summation an bn n equal to 1 to infinity, we will take an as minus 1 raised to the power n minus 1. Okay, an as minus 1 raised to the power n varies from 1 to infinity, then it will be 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 and so on. This is a series whose sequence of partial sums is bounded between finite limits, because it sum 1 if Sn is 1 if n is odd, and it is 0 if n is even. So this is a series whose sequence of partial sums is bounded, and also in place of bn we take an of this series. This is in place of bn and this is in place of an. So in Dirichlet test, if we replace bn by an, you know an plus 1 is less than equal to an, that means bn plus 1 is less than equal to bn, means bn is monotonically decreasing, and also limit n approaches to infinity, bn is limit n approaches to infinity an, which is 0. So both the conditions of Dirichlet test are verified, and therefore by Dirichlet test the series summation an bn, that is minus 1 raised to the power n minus 1 into an, is convergent. So Leibniz test can be treated as a particular case of Dirichlet test. Okay, let us do some example related to Dirichlet test or Abel's test. First, let us take one example. Summation n varies from 1 to infinity 1 upon n raised to the power p into an. Show that summation 1 upon n raised to the power p an varies from 1 to infinity, and p is any positive or equal to 0 real number, is convergent. You have to show that this series is convergent if summation an varies from 1 to infinity is convergent. Okay, as I told you that the Abel's test and the Dirichlet test are different only in the way that in Abel test the series was given convergent and the sequence was bounded, and in Dirichlet test the series have the sequence of partial sums bounded and the sequence bn is convergent. So here you are given that this series is convergent, so it is clear that we should apply Abel's test over here. Okay, so if this is, you are given that this is convergent, so let us check. If I compare it with summation an bn, n varies from 1 to infinity, here an I have taken as it is an, and bn as 1 upon n raised to the power p. So what is bn plus 1? bn plus 1 is 1 upon n plus 1 raised to the power p. Now n plus 1 is greater than n, implies n plus 1 raised to the power p is greater than n raised to the power p, and it implies 1 upon n plus 1 raised to the power p is less than 1 upon n raised to the power p. Okay, that means it implies bn plus 1 is less than equal to bn, and it implies that bn is monotonically decreasing. Okay, and also limit n approaches to infinity bn, this is limit n approaches to infinity 1 upon n raised to the power p, which is 0. Okay, so summation n is convergent, that means the series is convergent and the sequence is monotonically decreasing and converges to 0. So by Abel's test, okay, by Abel test, summation an bn means summation 1 upon n raised to the power p into an is convergent. This is Dirichlet test and the example which is related to Abel's test. Next we shall discuss an example of Dirichlet test. So let us have an example of Dirichlet test. So an example, test the convergence of the series summation n varies from 1 to infinity minus 1 raised to the power n sin n alpha divided by n raised to the power p. Okay, here p is greater than 0 for all real alpha. You have to check the convergence of this series. Minus 1 raised to the power n sin n alpha upon n raised to the power p, where p is positive real number for all real number alpha. You have to check the convergence of this series. Okay, p is fixed and you have to check the convergence for all fixed real numbers alpha. So let us first decompose this series into two parts, summation an bn, n varies from 1 to infinity, say. Okay, now what we have to choose? We have to choose an as its sequence of partial sums must be bounded, and we have to choose bn as its limit will be 0 and it is monotonically decreasing. So first let us choose an as minus 1 raised to the power n sine n alpha. Okay, and we'll choose Bn as 1 upon n raised to the power p. So it is very clear as in the previous example that Bn is monotonically decreasing to 0, right? This is as like the previous example. Now what we show, will show that the sequence of partial sums of this an summation an is bounded. So what is sequence of partial sum? Sn is a1 plus a2 up to an, right? So this is sine an is what it is. An, first we will write an is minus 1 raised to the power n sine n alpha. You can write it as sine n pi plus n alpha. Okay, sine n pi plus n alpha is minus 1 raised to the power n sine n alpha, and again you can write it as sine n into pi plus alpha. Okay, now we'll find Sn. Sn is a1 plus a2 plus an. So put value of an as n is equal to 1. It is a1 sine pi plus alpha, then a2 sine 2 into pi plus alpha, then a3 sine 3 into pi plus alpha, and so on up to sine n into pi plus alpha. Okay, so this is a sine series, and we know that the sum of sine series having n terms is that sine, this is equal to sine first plus last divided by 2. That means sine, the angles are forming AP. Okay, this is alpha, then 2 alpha, then 3 alpha. Okay, this is an AP. So the sum of this sine series is Sn. You can write it as Sn as sine first angle plus last angle divided by 2, that is pi plus alpha plus n into pi plus alpha divided by 2 modulus of this into modulus of sine Sn. This is sine n into pi plus alpha. First we will find Sn and then we will take the modulus. Okay, so I am merging the two steps. Divided by 2, sine of first plus last divided by 2, n times the difference between angle divided by 2, and sine the difference divided by 2. You can write the formula as sine alpha plus sine alpha plus beta, then sine alpha plus 2 beta, and so on sine alpha plus n beta. So it will be sine alpha plus n beta first plus last divided by 2, sine the number of term here, the number of terms are n plus 1. So it is sine n plus 1 into the difference between the angles is beta divided by 2, and the difference between the angle is sine beta by 2. This is the formula for the sum of sine series. So first angle plus last angle divided by 2, then number of terms into the difference of angles divided by 2, and sine into difference of the angle divided by 2. Okay, you know this is sine expression, this is also sine expression, and this is also sine expression. Okay, this can be written as sine pi by 2 plus alpha by 2, pi by sine of pi by 2 plus theta is cos theta, so this is cos alpha by 2. Okay, so modulus of this is modulus of this. Now modulus of Sn, you know this expression is less than equal to 1, so you can write it as less than equal to 1 upon modulus of cos alpha divided by 2. Okay, so there are two conditions on this cos alpha, either it is non-zero or it is 0. Okay, if it is non-zero, then that means alpha by 2 is not equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2. You can write 2k plus 1 pi by 2. If alpha by 2 is not equal to 2k plus 1 pi by 2, then it is non-zero. That means when alpha is not equal to 2k plus 1 pi, that means an odd multiple of pi, then this is non-zero and this is a finite quantity. And it means that sequence of partial sums is bounded above of summation n is bounded. So sequence of partial sums is bounded and Bn is monotonically decreasing to 0, and in that case summation Bn is convergent by Dirichlet test, right? And the second case, when this is 0. When this is 0 means when alpha is 2k plus 1 into pi. If alpha is 2k plus 1 into pi, in that case sin n alpha is sin n into 2k plus 1 pi, and which is 0 because it is an odd multiple of pi, and even a multiple of pi, then sine of this angle is 0, and in that case the given series will be 0. All the terms of the given series are 0, and in this case this is also convergent. So whatever the value of the alpha, this series is convergent. So that's all about this lecture. The next examples we will discuss in my next lecture. Till then, bye.